Hello, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw Samurai coming at you live with a video. Yes, it's quite rare that I make a video in my room. Even rarer is the fact that I have something in the background that is not a white wall. What I'm making a video on is this. Now, I know what you're thinking. Outlaw, this is the stereotypical mall ninja shit that we sword users tend to make fun of people for. And normally it's in good fun. But what if I was to tell you that this design is actually more practical than one would think, with just a few alterations? And there's actually a version of this that was made in India called the Tatar. Picture here to come in editing. Now, what the Tatar is, it's basically a complete gauntlet enclosed around the bottom, sides, wrist, and fist of the forearm, with a blade jutting out the center where the knuckles would be. This is a similar concept, albeit more of a tonfa style. This was gifted to me by a juggalo friend of mine when I was working at McDonald's for a Christmas present, along with another blade that at the moment I don't remember what I did with it. I never actually made videos aside from cutting on the clock with this at the time, because quite frankly I know that this is mall ninja-ish. But what I want to try to explain is how this could be an effective weapon if used properly. And what I want to demonstrate is what kind of fighting style would this weapon more than likely be used in. Now let's get the obvious elephant in the room, all this skeletonization on the handle. I realize that a white wall may be better for seeing a black object, but I'm still wearing my work shirt. So as we can see, there's a lot of skeletonization here. There's these serrations here. This is like a blunt ricasso section, and then you have the blade right here. If this was a solid blade, as in all this skeletonization was gone, and it was just a solid blade, what I would actually do is I would actually keep the upper edge here sharp, while the rest would be blunt. And there would actually be a cup hilt around my hand. The blunt would be for parrying, because if I just grab the gromma real quick and use the spine, like on a regular sword, this would be the strong of the blade, where I'm currently attempting to block the quote-unquote slash attack right here. And this up here would be the weak, obviously. Now obviously this should have a strap on the back, but it didn't go around my arm because it was too thick. So we're just going to pretend there's a strap there. Not only would I have a cup hilt around there, I would also have a flared shield-like area right here, so that everything from the cutting edge down could be used to parry an incoming blow. And if you manage somehow to do it, if you get the blade past their head, punch them in the face. Now, that's how I would turn this into a dueling weapon. I would basically take the elements that make the Tatar a historically viable weapon. Mainly, as far as I'm aware, it was used in cavalry most of the time, because similar to a Tatar, you only have so much range of motion. Your range of motion is limited to what your elbow joint and your shoulder is capable of doing. Not to say you can't twist your arm to get some better angles in there, but it's mainly a slashing / thrusting weapon. Now, how would I turn this into a martial arts weapon? Well, I would actually leave it directly as it is, but I would actually make it one solid bar. Basically, a blade with the attachments as it is, with maybe some sort of basket hilt around the fist, or if nothing else, maybe just 3 bars that come up the side, similar to a rapier hilt or a side sword hilt. But this whole bar would be solid, and only the top would be sharpened. That's important, because you want all this other area here to be for parrying. Now, how would somebody fight with a weapon like this? Well, obviously it would require quick snipe cuts. What I would use this weapon for is not really a dueling application, because it just doesn't have the dexterity. This would honestly be best suited for either martial artists who studied the Tampa, or really assassination. Because if you're able to conceal this, like, say, you know, the canes, like the crutches that people with spina bifida use, if you just sheath this into a spina bifida cane shaft, you could walk around and just pretend that you have the spina bifida that requires these specific canes, and then when your target gets close enough, just pull it out, and with the ability to really drive this into a body. Keep in mind that unlike a thrust, where sometimes the tip of the weapon is not in line with your fist and your wrist, this is always in line with your fist. Not to mention that you could really step in and drive it in, because you have the entire strength of your fist, your fist, your wrist, your forearms, your shoulders, your body weight. This could easily, if you know how to do it, be pierced right through a human's body with the right amount of weight behind it. Now, I'm not saying this to start some sort of like Assassin's Creed trend or some shit, but it should be noted. Now, as I said, for people who practice the Tampa are basically wooden bars, wooden bats that have a handle at the side. If you've ever seen a police baton, like the old stereotypical like cartoon police baton with a bar coming out the side, or a nightstick as it's also referred to as, those are Tampa-based weaponry. And how you use a Tampa is basically, if I don't stab myself, I'm an idiot. Don't do what I do, because I'm stupid and mentally retarded. I'm autistic, I can make that joke. But in any case, and for those of you wondering, yes, I have been diagnosed with a form of autism called Asperger's. It's where I hyper-focus on shit and have bad social interactions. But in any case, the Tampa is basically a stick with a handle on it. And how it's used is quick jabbing strikes and parrying blows. Whereas a sword blade would come in with a Tampa, you'd catch it and then you'd push it to the side. And then usually Tampa are used in conjunction, so they're used in pairs. If I just pretend this is a Tampa for a second. So you would parry with one and then strike with the other. I could see a tonfa specialist, one who studies the tonfa, being able to use this extremely well. Especially if you removed this bracer part for ease of spinning. And as I said before, quick slashes. This would be very well. This would be more tuned to be an assassination weapon, or a weapon used by people who favor stealth, dexterity, quick movements, and prefer to do snipe cuts and kind of just drain their opponents until finally you just do one powerful slash across the throat. Honestly, the design itself has merit. So that's pretty much all I wanted to do. A quick little video since I had this out and I was playing with it a little bit. If you want to see a cutting video with this, put it in the comments down below. And who knows, I may end up getting a cutting video done, put this through the work sharp, get it nice and keen, do a cutting video. Right now, with Outlaw Granny in the hospital and everything, I'm more along the lines just stacking up targets. I'm not really doing a lot of cutting videos right now. My videos that are going to be coming out are more, as I said before, a distraction kind of thing right now. So I'm just kind of rambling off at the moment, which I know I have a bad habit of. And I know I'm swaying. Okay, I sway when I'm nervous. I sway when I stand in one place too long. I cannot stand still for the life of me. And thank you all for overlooking that over the years. I used to get comments all the time about my swaying, and now it's just kind of become like a therapeutic thing for y'all. You just watch me sway back and forth like the bamboo breeze. See, this is the kind of unfiltered shit that I usually ramble off for the first 10 minutes before I start filming. Alright, so you're getting some behind the scenes outlaws too. But in any case, this would be a great weapon with a few modifications and a few changes. As it is, yes, it's small ninja, but I would go so far as to say with the thickness of the steel and everything, and this is, even if it's just stainless steel, with how thick it is, it's functional stainless steel for light cutting. This isn't going to go through like a tatami mat or anything, but like ice mountain bottles, stuff like that. Anything short of like Coke bottles, so like the ice mountain bottles, this should go through no problem. So until next time, my noble band of outlaws, outlaw samurai tells all y'all, be crazy rednecks, be safe, use your weapons. I'm out, peace, and thank you all for sending your get well wishes to Outlaw Granny, as I am passing them on at the quickest convenience I can.